Hey guys, Melinda here, and today I am doing the tattoo tag in this video. For those of you who don't know what the tattoo tag is, basically I'm just going to be talking about all the tattoos that I have and then answering some basic questions about tattoos. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into it and tell you about my tattoos. The first tattoo that I ever got is the one on my ankle. It is Rise Against band logo. It's a fist through a heart with like arrows around it. The reason why I wanted to get this tattoo was because it was about a year ago. I was in a really bad place. I like fell into like a funk and it was like nearly impossible to get out of, but how I did it was listening to Rise Against music. As you guys are aware, music is a big part of my life. I go to concerts all the time. I go to festivals. So, of course, whenever I get into something, like music is what helps me get through it. And Rise Against music is what helped me get through it. I've been listening to them for years and I absolutely love their music, but for some reason, just when I was in that spot, like, their lyrics just spoke to me that much more and it was able to pull me out. And then on top of that, they were touring at the same time. Their tour was almost done and last second they added Las Vegas to their tour. Back then, my best friend Shane knew their music and liked it. So I got us tickets and we went and saw Rise Against live. Still probably the best concert I've ever attended to this day because it just meant so much and it just made me feel so much better. I wanted to symbolize that on my body, and so that's why that was the first ever tattoo that I ever got, was their band logo. But so that's basically the story of the first tattoo that I got. Moving right along, the next tattoo I got is actually this one right here on my wrist. This symbol right here I drew myself when I was in 7th grade because throughout all of middle school I would write short stories, and then when I got to 9th grade I said that I wanted to write a book, and then 10th grade is when I found my love for screenwriting, and I've just been writing ever since. To put that into a grand scale perspective, I have essentially been writing for almost 7 years. Basically what the symbol is that the very first short story that I ever wrote was about vampires. There were good and bad vampires in this story, and each one had a symbol on their wrist that looked kind of like this. But one day, one of each came together, created the first crossbreed vampire, and her name was Prodigy. And this is the symbol that I created that's on her wrist. I'm always going to remember that story because it was the first thing I ever wrote, and it was the first thing that made me realize I wanted to be a writer. I just forever wanted to keep that with me, and it's like I can just look down at my wrist and think back to my roots. So then moving right along, the next tattoo that I actually got in the same sitting as this tattoo, and it's actually the one behind my ear. It is like intertwined staff lines of music notes. The reason why I got this is because, again, you guys know that music is a big part of my life. So I Googled, searched music notes behind the ear tattoo, and I found this one. And I just fell in love instantly. I'm like, oh, that's so pretty, and like it truly expresses who I am. It's just symbolic to me and I love it, and I get complimented on this all the time, and it's just, I love it. So moving right along, the next tattoo that I got is this beautiful one right here on my hand, and you guys have seen the blog about that one. If you haven't already, I'll go ahead and post that in the description down below, and I'll also have a card right here that you can go click on that and watch that if you want to. Basically, the word Shadows is the title of the first screenplay that I wrote, and it kind of goes based on the one on my wrist, where it was the first time that I discovered I wanted to be a screenwriter as a career. Another fun little fact about that is when I wrote that, I was about 15, 16 years old, so I didn't have a laptop and I couldn't always have access to a computer, so I physically hand wrote the entire screenplay on lined paper and then later transferred over to a computer. But I physically hand wrote it with this hand, so that's why I wanted to get the tattoo on my hand. So then moving right along to our final tattoo. I shouldn't say our because it's not ours. It's my tattoo. My final tattoo, which I actually just recently got, is this one right here on my arm. For those of you who don't know, the triangle is 30 Seconds to Mars Triad. It's one of their symbols to represent the band. and the Echelon, who is the fan base for 30 Seconds to Mars, and the words "Do or Die" written underneath it is one of their song titles. Basically, the reason why I wanted to get this tattoo is because, you know, 30 Seconds to Mars has always been influential on my life too, one of my top 5 favorite bands. Basically, why I have "Do or Die" written underneath it is because I'll have a link for this one down in the description and a card right here too, but I had a school project. The only thing that we were told to do for this project is just do whatever. As long as it doesn't have like spoken words, it's fine. I created a video about just people following their dreams. You know, that's what the song is basically about. It's time to do or die, to follow your dream. To me, it just meant so much that I did this song, that I used that song in this project, and it's just had so much more meaning to me ever since then, and that's why I wanted to symbolize that on my body. It's basically the first video that I created that was purely my idea. Like, I didn't have rules or restrictions. That is what inspired me to want to create and expand my YouTube channel, and that's how I got here today. What better way to forever remember that than on my arm right here. Alright, so now that you guys have heard my tattoo stories, I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the second part of the tattoo tag, which is just answering some questions. Question number 1. How many tattoos do you have? I have 5 tattoos at the moment. Question number 2. What's your favorite tattoo you have? My favorite one is definitely the one on my wrist, just because I wouldn't be making this video if it didn't start with that short story. I wouldn't be making films in general. I wouldn't be writing at all. But because of that one short story is how I got here today. How I'm able to sit in front of a camera and tell you guys this story. Question number 3. How old were you when you got your first tattoo? I was 19 when I got my first tattoo, and I'm 20 now. And a little tidbit for you guys is that I have gotten all of my tattoos within the past year. So I got my first tattoo back in January of this year, and it is now October. So I've gotten all 5 of my tattoos within that time frame. Question number 4. What do your parents think about your tattoos? I mean, I think they're okay with it. I haven't really talked to them about it. I mean, they're not against it at all. They're more so like, oh, you got another tattoo? That's cool, let me see it. And that honestly just makes me so happy. Even if they don't approve of it, they're still supportive of me. And that's honestly what I love, that they're just supporting me in being who I am, essentially. Question 5. Does your boyfriend like your tattoos? If so, what's his favorite? Well, I don't have a boyfriend because I'm forever alone. So for the sake of this question, I'm going to change boyfriend to friend. And the majority of my friends, I would say, they probably say that their favorite tattoo is the one on my wrist or behind my ear. I know that they absolutely love the one on my wrist because they say it's so clean, it's so clear, and you know, it's my own original design, so they think that's really cool just in general. So I'd say that's the one that everyone likes the most. Question 6. Did you always have a love for tattoos, and what was your inspiration? To be honest, I haven't always loved tattoos, but now that I have them, I do. And I just admire other people's tattoos too. You can kind of like get an idea of who they are based on what they have on their body. And the inspiration obviously comes from the deeper meanings that I have for them. Question 7. Do you plan on getting more tattoos in the future? Is that even a question? Of course I plan on getting more tattoos. I have 5 more planned at the moment. I don't know if I'll get any more after that, but at the moment I have 5 more planned. And I'm gonna pace myself, like, after getting this one, I'm a little satisfied at the moment, so I'm good. I don't need to get any more. Question 8. Which tattoo would you say was the most painful? Definitely the one behind my ear, because it was on my cranium, and that is the only tattoo so far I've gotten on an actual bone. So that's why I really do not want to get a tattoo on my ribs, just because I know it's going to be so painful. Question 9. Do you regret any of your tattoos, and why? No, I do not regret any of my tattoos because they have a deeper meaning to them, so I know that's why I'm okay to have them on my body for the rest of my life. Question 10. What was your least painful tattoo? The one on my arm was definitely the least painful. compared to the other tattoos, like this one on a scale of like 1 to 10, probably like not even a 3, maybe a 4, but overall, I don't know if it's just because I got a lot of muscle or fat or I don't know. It didn't bother me. So I guess that's the end of this tattoo tag. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. The reason why I love tattoos so much is that it is exactly me expressing who I am just on the outside of my body. I am a film geek who loves music. That's pretty much what all of my tattoos mean. If anyone ever gives you a hard time about getting a tattoo, honestly, just ignore them. If that's what you really want to do, then just go do it. Just get a tattoo. So that is the end for this video. If you guys liked it, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. It would absolutely mean the world to me. And go ahead and comment down below what tattoos you guys want to get, or if you have tattoos, like just let me know, or if you have any questions about it, I'd absolutely be thrilled to answer them for you guys, because I love tattoos. Hit that subscribe button if you're not already and you want to see more content. I post every Friday and vlogs whenever I do stuff, and I apologize for not vlogging this. It was just so spontaneous that it blew my mind. I just completely spaced it, but next time, I'll definitely vlog it for you guys so you can see the next tattoo that I get. Just go out there, just do you guys, be happy, live life, and stay beautiful, okay? Live life, always laugh, and enjoy the journey. Bye!